What's up, Mad World? It's me, Coach Sess. Hey, I want to talk about how do you study your technique versus practice or drilling. And one of the biggest differences is that there's a lot less dynamic in the study, and the time frame for study is smaller in its application, but longer in its duration, because you're going to end up learning to study through your practice methods. You're going to study technique in terms of how you do it with a partner, in terms of how you do it in the air, in terms of how you do it on a piece of equipment or with a coach. So the technique or the tool that we're working with is the uppercut, only because I had someone ask me this question about, in the catch drill, there's a part where you go uppercut, uppercut. And he was explaining to me how that felt odd. It's not what he was taught. The uppercut in the catch drill is not meant to be a very dynamic method for throwing a punch. Remember, the catch drill at its finest, at the basic level, is to teach you how to relax and to teach you reflexes to improve your speed long term. But his point was taken, and what I tried to explain to him was that in application, you wouldn't want to go from uppercut to uppercut without a little bit of understanding. So let's say I'm going to go from uppercut here to uppercut here. It's all about how I execute the uppercut. So if I step to my left sideways and I pin all my weight here, boom. As long as there's no weight here and I can manage the distance between me and my opponent, it is not impossible to get here and throw an uppercut. However, if I plant my weight here and throw an uppercut and I'm moving my shoulder away from my opponent, and then I try to turn back, it's not to say that I couldn't land the uppercut, but in this awkward position, I'm not going to have power, and I'm putting myself at risk because I'm throwing it right there in front of him. And because my shoulder's so far away, it's going to be a lot slower. If I change the angle, I may throw my opponent off. So it's important that you study your uppercuts in terms of what are my strengths if I plant my weight, what are my strengths if I roll my weight back, and what are my strengths when I step in balanced. You step in balanced, you can move any direction you want. Forward, backward, diagonally forward, backward, same thing. The problem with planting all of your weight on one side is here I may land a good shot, but if it doesn't knock him out, or I don't transition back through, then I have a tendency to come back here, and if I miss, I'm stuck. I can be countered. Now, there are other movements you can go into, like slipping, bobbing, and weaving, but if we change the dynamics into Thai boxing fight or MMA fight, these things start to get you in a little bit of trouble. Also, I can go here, throw the uppercut, and shift my weight back. The problem is, if you don't study and go into your practice mode and your drill mode and develop good footwork habits in terms of squaring up, angling out, what happens is you get here, boom, land it or miss it, you have the habit or the tendency to return back to center point. The problem with that is if I start here, boom, I hit my opponent, he tends to swing at the last position that he last saw me. So I don't want to return back here, boom, and get hit. So make sure you're paying attention to your style of footwork and the way you move your feet and your legs when you're executing the technique. The preference for me is to learn to balance yourself and rise up and down with the punch so you can get in and out. However, this video is really about studying. So study the pros and cons of each method, whether your weight is on the back, front, balanced, or if you throw the uppercut from the rear. Study your footwork in that situation as well. study it on the bag.